想干什么呢你啊？
你给我确定商量了，你问我想干什么？我就是想给你上一课。
你凭什么来给我上课的？
因为你给我确定商量了。
没有啊。
因为你给我确定商量，我有证据。
Recently, a shocking incident occurred in the seafood and vegetable market in Lianyungang, once again revealing some irregular behaviors in the market. An anti-counterfeiting blogger purchased mantis shrimp at the market but encountered underweight issues from the vendor. When the blogger brought the purchased mantis shrimp to the vendor to discuss the issue, the vendor not only did not show any apology but became furious and knocked the mantis shrimp to the ground in an attempt to evade responsibility. Unbelievably, the vendors at surrounding stalls did not condemn this behavior, but chose to surround the blogger, and some even hid evidence in secret. This unity was not for justice, but to cover up mistakes, which can truly be described as a den of snakes and rats. The blogger had no choice but to turn to the market management for help. However, the response of this management staff was even more surprising. Instead of actively intervening to handle the situation, he demanded that the blogger delete the video before providing assistance. What happened next was even more thrilling. Suddenly, several people rushed out to snatch the blogger's phone, attempting to destroy evidence. It could be seen from the video shot by the blogger that the phone seemed to have been snatched away. Faced with this sudden siege, the blogger and two friends chose to flee the market, with pursuers closely following behind, creating a scene comparable to an action movie. Once this incident was exposed on the internet, it immediately attracted widespread attention. However, it was disappointing that many local official accounts chose to turn off their comment functions. This attitude of avoiding responsibility and refusing to face the problem was chilling. This silence may have fueled the arrogance of lawless vendors, to some extent. Fortunately, before I released this video, local market management and public security departments had already intervened in the investigation. The vendors involved had been cleared out of the market, and the staff member who demanded the deletion of the video had been dismissed. The public security department had also begun investigating the phone snatching incident. However, the follow-up measures taken by the Lianyungang government departments remain to be seen. Whether they will continue to choose silence or strictly regulate the market and reshape consumer confidence, we will wait and see. It is hoped that Lianyungang can take this opportunity to thoroughly rectify the market order and restore a fair and just shopping environment for consumers. Let's delve into the recent seafood fraud incident in Lianyungang, China. This is a typical ghost scale incident. So, what is a ghost scale? A ghost scale refers to an illegally modified and deceptive electronic scale. This type of electronic scale can falsely display the weight as needed and can be restored to normal through specific password operations, making it difficult for industrial and commercial law enforcement officers to inspect. Ghost scales have various cheating methods, such as placing objects under the scale, using impact force, and using magnets to increase weight, aimed at deceiving consumers and obtaining illegitimate benefits. Compared to the common ghost scale phenomenon, the nature of this incident is even worse. When the anti-counterfeiting blogger purchased seafood, not only were the purchased prawns discarded by the merchant, but he was also besieged by vendors. What's more outrageous is that the market management actually snatched the blogger's phone and chased him crazily, forcing the blogger and his companions to flee separately. This collusion between vendors and market management is too arrogant. Fortunately, the Market Supervision and Management Department has intervened in this matter, and the involved vendors have been cleared out of the market. Now, let's carefully analyze the serious consequences of this incident. Firstly, regarding the ghost scale issue, the 500g weight used by the vendor actually displays 630g, which is obviously an adjustable 8-liang scale. This kind of shortage behavior is suspected of consumer fraud. According to the Consumer Protection Law, consumers have the right to demand compensation from the merchant for a refund and triple compensation. At the same time, the Market Supervision and Management Department also has the right to impose severe penalties on the merchant, and the fine can be 1 to 10 times the illegal income, with a maximum of 500,000. If the circumstances are serious, the business license of the merchant may even be revoked. Secondly, the besieging behavior of the vendors and the chasing and snatching of mobile phones by the market management have seriously infringed on personal rights. According to the Public Security Administration punishment law, such acts of snatching, deliberately damaging public and private property, and chasing and intercepting others can be punished by detention for 5 to 10 days. If the circumstances are serious, detention for 10 to 15 days may even be imposed. As a well-known tourist city in China, Lianyungang should take stricter punishment measures against such consumer-harming behaviors. If not severely punished, such bad behavior will seriously damage the image and reputation of Lianyungang's culture and tourism, making all efforts to develop Lianyunggang's culture and tourism in vain. In fact, this kind of ghost scale is very common in Chinese markets. Let's take a look at the results of random spot checks by market supervisors.
不要！别动我了，你别动！这样的，这不是你那个乘客一调理，
这个秤竟然可以随意调节。
这个收了。
我们这个是一个标准的1000克的砝码，哎，这个秤有问题啊！你看，这个是标准砝码1000克的，它上面显示1400克，所以这个它是绝对的超出那个最大允许误差了的，是不是？然后我们按这个单价1、单价2、单价3，它这个重量会发生变化的，这是绝对不允许的。它这个声明是有的，但是它这个秤没有经过那个强制检定，它这个上面是没有那个金属纤维，这个金属纤维已经掉了，看到吗？这个是没问题的，它到5克是有个正常的一个允许误差的，这个显示的也是一个跟实际值是一致的。现在是归零了，这个重量是归零的，他们这个称是很准的，一般都是就是在称重方面是没问题的，这个也是准的。然后它这个年检也是在11月20号到西京元的。
The phenomenon of ghost scales is widespread in the Chinese market, and many people have had similar experiences. The weight of the purchased goods does not match the indication, such as buying a chicken weighing more than 5 caddies actually turns into 7 caddies, and a fish weighing about 2 caddies is half a caddy less. Not only does the market have the problem of ghost scales, but the integrity of the entire society is also very serious. For example, it is not uncommon for individuals or businesses to owe money and not pay it back, and for officials to be corrupt. The root of these problems is the lack of integrity. Some people believe that integrity seems to have become a joke in today's society. Jack Ma once expressed his views on integrity, whether one does one's best in handling affairs and whether one keeps promises in dealing with friends. The power of integrity is huge. If there are still untapped human dividends, integrity is the greatest wealth. Integrity is a person's second life. If a person loses integrity, it is difficult to gain a foothold in today's Chinese society. Because everyone is not stupid, and whether they are interacting with integrity can be distinguished. You can have nothing, but you can't lose integrity. You can lose everything, but integrity can't be lost. For this kind of phenomenon that is currently rampant in the Chinese market, relevant departments and market managers bear the greatest responsibility. In the past, a well-known anti-counterfeiting blogger in China exposed multiple merchants using ghost scales in various markets within half a year. After discovering abnormalities, he contacted law enforcement agencies, but the phone either could not be reached or was asked to wait. Finally, the staff of the Municipal Supervision Bureau arrived late. The blogger had no choice but to start live streaming on the spot, prompting the Municipal Supervision Bureau to carry out special actions. However, this ghost scale phenomenon is not limited to one place, but is spread throughout markets across the country, and almost every trader is operating in this way. If there is no punishment for the behavior of being underweight, it is actually encouraging such behavior. Those who follow the rules will actually suffer losses, so why persuade others to be good people? How did the first merchant who used the ghost scale survive? Because he profited through this unfair competition and was not punished. Consumers are sensitive to price, but insensitive to weight. If the merchant's scale is underweight, he can lower the price to attract more customers. Other merchants will study why he can make the price so low when they see that he profits through underweight and is not punished. They will imitate it, and even some stalls are blatantly underweight. If you don't do this, you can't survive in the market at all. It can be said that if consumers encounter problems in China, most of the time, calling the reporting hotline will not yield any results. Many people have responded that they have made many reports, but the staff only arrived a few days later. The traders have already thought of ways to deal with it. For relevant departments and market managers, they have no motivation to crack down on underweight behaviors because it does not harm their interests, and cracking down on such behaviors will harm their interests. Their job evaluation does not depend on consumers, so why should they go to dirty and messy markets to investigate underweight issues? Do you guys think it's right? Feel free to leave a comment below and discuss with us. Well, that's it for this installment of the video. Meanwhile, please click subscribe for the latest program. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.